good afternoon from wherever you're joining us from on this day, the 26th of February, the year being 2024, from the country's capital to all the 47 counties, East Africa and beyond. Time to bring you up to speed on what has been taking shape in the world of news here on TV47 News Now. But first, the highlights. Agikuyu Council of Elders in the year are in high spirits over the decision of the High Court of Kiambu approving the use of Moratina liquor. Teachers Service Commission on the spot over its choice to deduct the housing levy from teachers in January, despite the courts stopping the deductions. And a world marathon champion makes a passionate appeal to upcoming Kenyan athletes to avoid doping to secure fame and fortune on the track.
We urge the athlete, get what you want, and little so that you will go long.
All right, once again, welcome to the broadcast. My name is Moigi William. Let us keep you informed with the latest. Starting off, Kikuyu Council of Elders in Deya Sub-County expressed their support for the Kiambu High Court ruling regarding the traditional brew, commonly referred as Moratina. The elders emphasized that it's their responsibility to regulate the use of Moratina. Speaking during a Kikuyu ceremony called Mwaki in Deya, the elders said that they went to court to seek legal redress, asserting that Moratina is not an illicit brew. In a judgment by Abigail Mshila, she granted the petition, affirming that Moratina is not an illicit brew and the Kikuyu people have the freedom to prepare and consume it without restriction.
County chairman yeye iko na chama chake ambaye watakuwa wanakaa chini. Wale wanataka kupika wata apply kwa hawa watu kwa hiyo chama, ndio itashughulika kuona huyo mtu kama amefaa au hafai. Wakiona hafai hawatampatia barua, lakini akionekana anafaa, ako na tabia mzuri, atatii sheria ya Wakikuyu na ya serikali, huyu ako sawa.
Kulingana na ile njia wanatengeneza hiyo pombe, lazima iwe na usafi. Hiyo pombe lazima ichanganywe kulingana na utaratibu. Kuchanganya kama ni lita 1 ama lita 2 ama lita 3, kuna vile unatakikana kutumia asali, miwa na maji ili iwe pombe halisi na pombe yenye haiwezi ikadhuru.
Tulienda kwa koti kwa sababu tulikuwa tunataka tutafsiriwe kama hii pombe ni haramu au sio pombe haramu, lakini kwa koti ikaona hii pombe yetu sio haramu, so tukafurahi sana, na ile mambo yote wanataka tutimize, tutatimiza, na pombe yetu tutapika na usafi na itakuwa pombe ya kuua watu. Naitwa Muhuri Kang'ethe kutoka Kikuyu. Amale to makwa jitagwo Muhuri wa Kang'ethe mushera
mukoma wa Mwangi mwithaga wa bare ya Kimashu
agwo muthamaki Thiongo wa Gitau.
My director is calling that particular brew as Mauritania. It's Moratina. Okay. Moving on and switching gears, parties within Azimio la Umoja One Kenya vowed to continue opposing the government for introducing new taxes aiming at extorting the already, in what they say is extorting the already burdened Kenyans. Speaking in Mwenda, Kinangop, constituency Jubilee Secretary General Jeremiah Kioni and his counterpart from NARC Kenya, Geshuke Rivadi, have urged the Senate to stand with Kenyans to ensure that the bill to be presented in the Senate is not passed so as to lower the cost of living for Kenyans.
Hizi taxes ambazo zinawekwa juu ni za kufaidi mtu mmoja. Kama ungeangalia mambo ya State House, imekuwa allocated 367 billion. Hiyo ni ofisi ya mtu mmoja. Hiyo ni utumizi mbaya wa pesa, na tunaona taxes zinaongezwa ndio hao watu wawe wakipola nchi kila siku. Tunafikiria na tunasema kila mtu akatae hii mambo ya taksi mpya.
Tunalia mambo ya gharama ya maisha, lakini tunaona pesa kiasi chungu mzima kama vile ndugu amesema ni zile ambazo zimewekwa katika kugharamia mambo ya State House 367 billion. Ingine ni pesa ya kufanya marekebisho kwa nyumba ya Rigathi kule Karen 600 million. Na tunajiuliza wakati ambao tuko na huu uzito wa maisha, Tutaanza mambo ya renovation na gharama ya wastage, ama ni mambo ni kuanza kufikiria hali ya maisha ya watu?
And Majority Leader in the National Assembly, Kimani Ichung'wah, has reiterated the government's commitment to protect the Masai Mau forest that was in the verge of destruction. Speaking at Oloropil area in Narok North Sub-County, Ichung'wah said the recent evictions of the forest land were meant to restore the mega water catchment area, as it is the source of many rivers in the country, calling on families that are still living in the forest land to vacate before they are forcefully removed by law enforcers.
Sio siasa ya uchochezi, sio siasa ya ukabila. Tuangazie mambo ambayo yanahusu mwananchi wa kawaida. Hiyo kiangazi ni sababu ya sisi kuingia na kuvamia misitu na kuharibu mambo ya mazingira. Si kuna umuhimu basi tuzingatie mazingira yetu? So nitawaomba mambo ya Mau, sisi wote, bila kujali kabila, bila kujali mtu anatoka wapi, wenye wako kwa msitu, tukubali kutoka kwa msitu, tulinde mazingira yetu ili mambo ya kiangazi ikae nyuma yetu.
Mimi nataka kuambia hata wale wa Kipsigis wako Bomet pale, wakati walikuwa napiga kura walifikiria watarudi Mau. Wacha mambo ya ndimama. Iko rais sasa na hakuna kurudi Mau. Na hata kama kuna Wamasai wako ndani ya msitu wa Mau watolewe. Lakini mpaka ionyeshwe ya kwamba ni mpaka hapa. Wananchi waishi mashamba yao, wale wako kwa msitu wote watolewe. Na usikuje kuinsight watu ati imefanywa kwa sababu ya mama. Ni wakati imefika ya kwamba rais wa hii nchi ambaye ni conservationist namba 1, yeye ndio African champion wa climate change. Uwezi kuwa champion wa climate change na kuwa kwa msitu ina.
Thousands of scouts gathered in Nyeri County over the weekend during the commemoration of the Scouts Movement's founder Baden Powell. Speakers at the event noted that the over 2.5 million registered members of the Scouting movement, a majority of whom are children, could be instrumental in helping the government achieve its climate change agenda of planting up to 15 billion trees by the year 2032. Young climate activist Alice Wanjiru, who was appointed by the Scouts movement, challenged the government to not only focus on adults, environmentalists and scientists, but to also have a children-centered approach in its design when it leads through policy formulation in the climate mitigation action.
Thank you very much.
We have members of over 2.2, to be precise, 2.2 million actually. If each one of them, like the deputy governor of Nyeri said, if each one of them undertook to plant a tree in this country, you can imagine the multiply effect it's going to have. But I want to call upon Kenyans to see tukawa watu wa ndomo peke yake. Let us plant those trees in our respective homes.
Part of these strategies would be that the government should activate proper ways for how climate action should be incorporated in the school's curriculum.
Climate change has hit us where it hurts the most. That is food security. Prolonged droughts have become the order of the day, incapacitating food production and leaving large segments of people and the livestock exposed to starvation. This is the compelling reason behind the ramped-up efforts by our national government to rally Kenyans to take part in climate response measures to our country and the planet from this looming devastation.
All right, and Mount Kenya University is still expanding its medical school as it eyes pharmaceutical research as a key growth area by making major investment in its College of Pharmacy training. During the commissioning of a state-of-art laboratory in Mount Kenya University Nakuru campus, MKU Vice Chancellor, that is Professor Deogratias Jaganyi, noted that MKU has a huge potential of training students in the field of pharmacy as the country is in dire need of pharmacists in the country. The state-of-the-art facility, according to the professor, has been equipped with all necessary equipment needed to train all local and international pharmacy students.
Leo tumekuja hapa Nakuru to open up a pharmacy laboratory because we believe that it is got a huge potential to be able to train our students, because there's a big interest to be able to train the pharmacy students in the country. So this is a state-of-the-art facility. In Thika, I think we have reached a stage where we don't have enough room to expand. And coming to Nakuru, it gives us that flexibility to be able to expand our training for the future pharmacists in the country. We have got enough expertise to do the training, and of course we are going to also be expanding by making sure that as we expand to Nakuru, we are not depleting Thika. We're going to be bringing in other experts to do this particular training, and it also gives us the opportunity to undertake research in this particular field.
Commissioning these laboratories means that they are going to be regulated, and at the end of the day, we are going to start these pharmacy programs in Nakuru. Wakati huu, we have around 4,000 students, and by the end of this year, if at all we are admitting pharmacy students, we are targeting 6,000 students. Yeah. Kwenye tuko, hata ukiangalia standards za hizi laboratories, it is a very, very big standard, and therefore we are satisfied at the moment.
Thank you.
All right, let us shift gears here, whereby the Ministry of Labour and Social Protection, in collaboration with the National Council of Persons with Disabilities, launched the Person with a Severe Disability Impact Assessment Report. During the report launch, Cabinet Secretary for Labour and Social Protection, Florence Bori, affirmed that beneficiaries of the cash transfer program will receive ongoing support to help them lead dignified lives. This report examines the effects of the cash transfer program on its beneficiaries, providing valuable insights into its impact on their commendable show of support. The National Council of Persons with Disabilities, alongside the Ministry of Labour and Social Protection, presented a check worth 1.2 million Kenya shillings to learners with disabilities, demonstrating their commitment to supporting this particular community.
Through their diligent work, we have been able to ensure that the right beneficiaries are targeted and they receive support they needed. I am proud to announce that over the past year, 9 state actors have disbursed 1.7 billion Kenya shillings to the vulnerable families, making a tangible difference in their life. Persons living with disability are the greatest beneficiary.
Across the world have adopted social protection strategies to complement and strengthen their efforts in reducing poverty and vulnerability. Particularly, social assistance is an important instrument in enhancing inclusively, especially to the often forgotten categories of our population, while helping them to have a dignified life. Kenya is among a number of countries across the globe that have embraced cash transfer in the quest to enhance the livelihoods of the most vulnerable in the society. As we all, the government implements the Inua Jamii program cash transfer program, comprising of the older persons, the vulnerable children, and the persons with disabilities, by benefiting them with food in the ASAL counties, to which Mandera has been a long-time beneficiary.
The 2022 London Marathon champion Amos Kipruto has called upon athletes to maintain their professional discipline and avoid being involved in doping cases. Kipruto stated that the young stars are looking for the shortcuts to success, therefore ends up in doping, urging them to focus on their progress as athletes.
We know the monster we have now in Kenya is the doping issue, and we urge the athlete, get what you want. Earn little so that you will go long. Don't go faster to earn more money and you go through shortcut, because always shortcut is dangerous, and there is nothing lasts long if you go through shortcut. And that's the only song I will tell my athlete, or that's the only whistle I can tell my athletes, that please, let's play this athletics fairly, clean, and let's be realistic about ourselves. Let's be humble about ourselves. Let's focus on what the talent God has given us through no shortcut, through no any other things. But I know many athletes need to be rich, and they see only way to be rich is that they need to go through shortcut, which is will end his career. It will automatically lose his career as young age. But if you learn to accept what you earn, if it is less money, accept that and pray God to uplift you on another day.
All right, to matters health, maternal health experts are urging expectant mothers to adhere to regular checkups and clinics in hospitals for prevention and reduction of maternal mortality cases. However, they have added that proper screening will help detect early signs of danger and diseases in expectant mothers and will be addressed on time to protect both the unborn baby and the mother.
Antenatal care is very important when it comes to pregnancy, and it's one of those things that the government has really stepped up its effort in ensuring that mothers access quality maternal care. Antenatal care has been provided in both public and private hospitals, and the importance is to make sure that, number one, mothers are screened for any infections that might alter the course of pregnancy. They are put on supplementation, especially iron and folic acid, and for some calcium, to make sure that they have sufficient micronutrients to basically see them through the course of pregnancy.
We are going to teach you on the benefits of how to have a healthy pregnancy that starts right from nutrition, supplementation. We are going to educate you on the danger signs, what you're going to look for when you're pregnant.
The importance of going to the clinic and coming to seminars like these ones is to avoid the complications of having premature babies.
It's not a women-only affair, so I decided to come and learn a few things to do with to handle newborn babies.
Okay, quite some important discourse happening there about new babies. Elsewhere, a group of youth from Maili Inne municipality in Nyandarua County have participated in a day-long cleaning exercise to collect garbage and sensitize on the need to enhance clean environment. The activity was also meant to create awareness on the dangers of alcohol and drug abuse. According to Kirita Ward and Leshao Pondo MCAs Milka Wanjiro and Kamo Gadongo, the exercise was also used to inform the youths on the recently passed Alcoholic Drinks Act by the County Assembly. They challenged the youth to shun habits that hinder their personal growth and also affect their well-being.
Today is a very, very special day to us and very, very close to our hearts, especially when we are speaking about our young generation, men and women, who are lost in drug addiction, alcohol addiction, depression, broken homes, and many other vices in the society. And we started a journey a long time ago, sometimes last year, to try and see how is it that we can be able to save our society so that they can be able to work with their own hands.
As readers, we have to walk the talk. We have now to take actions. We are appealing to all readers at all levels, be it the MCAs, be it the MPs, be it the governors, be it the women reps. This is not a war of the deputy president. This is a war to save a generation, and we must come out as readers. We shall no longer bury our heads in the sand like an ostrich. We must come out, fight this menace. It's a menace which is threatening a whole generation and future generations to come.
One person who have faced the consequences of alcoholism. I'm a graduate, I'm a trained accountant, but today I'm jobless because of this menace. We would like to join hands in whatever you are doing. That timely intervention will help us so much. We are saying this is the time and we are capable.
All right. Residents of Chui in Mathioya, Murang'a County have expressed relief following the start of construction works to upgrade rural roads that have been previously impassable. Speaking during the flagging off ceremony, the area member of parliament, that is Edwin Mugo, has said, or rather has set aside funds amounting to 250 million shillings that will be used to upgrade rural roads in various parts of the constituency so that the residents can easily transport their farm produce to the markets.
As I promised during my campaigns and during our campaigns, we will make sure that all the roads in Gituge, not only in Gituge, even in Kamasharia and even in Keru, the whole of Madhya, that the roads are passable. I've set aside 250 million Kenya shillings.
Lakini hiyo barabara wakati mvua inanyesha, hakuna gari inaweza pita hiyo njia. Hiyo njia ni kama shamba.
Miaka 3 iliisha, hii barabara ilikuwa imetengenezwa na mheshimiwa mwenye alikuwa. Na sasa shida alimwaga mawe na matope, kwa hivyo barabara haikudumu kwa muda mrefu. Ilienda mwaka moja ikaharibika.
Hii